That's exactly what they're doing. They're setting the infrastructure and building it methodically to when the stupid price of the West, like negative $40 per barrel of oil, or a price that can continue to be suppressed by the commercial banks who distort the real value, distort the supply-demand fundamentals to support the agenda of the West. Now we're really going to turn up the arbitrage on the Shanghai Exchange and the Moscow Exchange and the Dubai Exchange and all around the world. And here's what gold and silver are really priced at. And they know this.
In recent weeks, the spotlight has been on the soaring price of gold, surpassing the $2,100 mark and reaching new heights. However, silver quietly surged last Thursday amidst this attention, marking a remarkable uptick of over 13% in the past month alone. Andy Schectman joins us today to delve into this notable rally in silver prices, shedding light on its implications. He highlights how this surge coincided with banks' significant increase in short positions, raising questions about the potential for another correction shortly. So, keep watching the video till the end.
It's annoying as hell, and it's old already, and it's the rinse, wash, and repeat. And this is one of the reasons why what I'm about to mention related to the BRICS new currency, it will end very poorly. And I can all but guarantee that in a world of no guarantees. To me, it's almost a no-brainer when I read to you what I'm about to read to you. But I think that this is not lost on the rest of the world. And look, there's a reason why the Chinese bought the LME, the London Metals Exchange, which was primarily base metals like copper, as you mentioned, and others. And if you look at the fact that China just canceled a bunch of I think they were soybean or corn contracts with U.S. farmers. Why? They're buying them from Brazil now and paying for it in yuan, which is immediately convertible into gold on the Shanghai Gold Exchange. At the same time, the BRICS now have just developed or are going to develop a BRICS grain exchange. And the BRICS grain exchange is a pushback to the fact that all of the global prices of these commodities are primarily settled on the Chicago Mercantile or the Commodity Exchange. And when you listen to what they're saying, they say the ministry insists that the BRICS countries are the largest grain producers and exporters, but have no leverage to influence the price of agricultural commodities critical for their food security. So what are they doing? They're building the BRICS grain exchange. So this is similar to what I'm about to bring up to you with what's going on with precious metals. But when you look at what they're doing, look, they bought the LME. They're going to warehouse metals that are listed on the LME in China. They're the biggest producers of half of the industrial metals and the rare earth metals and all of the precious metals, and they produce as much grain or more so than the West. These are the countries that are the ones producing and accumulating and appreciating the commodities for what they represent. And they have been subservient, really, to the Western price mechanism and the whims of the ups and the downs and the shorting and the sucking and the speculating and then smashing it down again, like we're seeing right here with the increase in the swap dealers' short position. It's annoying already. But if you take a step back and look at it for what it really is, I think there's a hell of an opportunity here. And let me just jump ahead. I know this isn't what you asked me, but where the price is controlled and or really representative of the futures price rather than the underlying commodity. It's the tail wagging the dog. So, there's been this talk about a new currency, and we talked about it for the last few years. And a lot of people were bummed out when they didn't come out with their currency in August in Johannesburg. And we've talked at length about how instead they've been trading in local currencies, just like Brazil paying or accepting yuan for their corn. Brazil is, after all, the second largest exporter of corn in the world, or producer of it. And so now they take yuan, and if they want to hold it, great, or maybe they convert it into gold on the Shanghai Gold Exchange and take possession of it, because gold is tier one, and gold has been accumulated by the central banks at a faster pace than ever. All of these things are coming together. We see that. So there's a man, there's a website a news agency that I go to a lot. It's called TASS, T-A-S-S, and it's a Russian news site. And actually, I find that it's on par in many cases with Zero Hedge. You get really good information that it's confirmed by the Western media, but usually several days later. In any case, they came out with an interview done by a man named Yuri Yushavkov, where he did admit everything that we've been talking about. He said that they're working on a new digital currency, right? And digital currency would be based off the technology of the project M-Bridge. And the M-Bridge is a technology, I think it was designed by China, by Singapore, and the United Arab Emirates. And it's a way for these countries to trade their digital currencies across border without using the SWIFT system. And they have done some trades recently. Everything we have said fits that. But here is where it gets interesting. And I have said this, I've been begging people to understand that what is happening with the arbitrage on the Shanghai exchange, what is happening with the development of the Moscow exchange, what is happening around the globe is that they are aware of what we're doing. They are aware that we have been suppressing the markets for a long time to support the illusion of the strength of the bond market, the strength of the Western system. And I have argued for a long time they're using it against us. The jiu-jitsu move, I've said it a million times, using our leverage against us. Now listen to what this man had to say. He said, the second part is price. For the moment, price is determined by Western speculation. We produce these commodities, we consume them, but we do not have our own price mechanism, which will balance supply and demand. During the COVID pandemic, the price of oil fell to nearly zero. No, he's wrong there. It fell to negative $40 a barrel, which is ridiculous, right? That's what happens when the futures exchange can set the price for the underlying commodity. He says, it's impossible to make any strategic planning for economic development if you do not control prices of basic commodities. Price formation with this new currency should get rid of Western exchanges of commodities. That's exactly what they're doing. They're setting the infrastructure and building it methodically, base building, backfilling methodically to when the stupid price of the West, like negative $40 per barrel of oil, or a price that can continue to be suppressed by the commercial banks who distort the real value, distort the supply-demand fundamentals, distort and make the real price an illusion to support the agenda of the West. When no one is willing to deliver at those make-believe prices like that, they will flip the switch and say, you know what? Now we're really going to turn up the arbitrage on the Shanghai exchange and the Moscow exchange and the Dubai exchange and all around the world. And here's what gold and silver are really priced at. And they know this. And they are using the Western suppression against us to drain the shelves. Look at India importing over 400 million ounces of silver. I don't know how much is in the total COMEX holdings. 200 and some million. It's almost double what is on COMEX, of which probably it's 10 times what is in the registered category. Those are the bars available for sale. These countries know what we're doing. They are beating us at our own game, and we're too stupid as a country and as a media with no journalistic integrity anywhere to sound the alarm. And we're going to wake up one day to a fact that the COMEX and the LBMA are exposed for what they are, a fractional manipulative scam. And that's why you see this slow, methodical accumulation over and over and over and over again. Buy the LME, get all the base metals, settle all of these contracts for grains. Oh, let's make a new grain exchange. So everything that we are doing, setting the prices for the commodities around the globe, they know it. And they're using it to their advantage to accumulate as much as possible before the last idiot will give it away at these make-believe prices. And when that happens, it all changes. It all changes very quickly.
Thank you for tuning in to today's insightful discussion on the electrifying surge in silver prices with Andy Schectman. If you found this video informative and engaging, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and ring the notification bell to stay updated on all our latest analyses and discussions. And don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments below. Your insights are what keep this conversation thriving. Until next time, keep your eyes on the markets, keep learning, and keep exploring. Thanks again.